Well, according to the CDC, car crashes are the leading cause of death among teenagers. Remember how it was when we first got our licenses, right? A whole lot of us are lucky and amazed that we made it past 18, quite frankly. And so now that we've got our own kids to worry about, of course, we want to keep them safe out there on the roadways. And thanks to a wonderful program, it is easier to do that now than ever before. Joining us this morning as part of our My Family series to tell us about the Teen Safe Driver program is Lisa Backus from American Family Insurance. Lisa, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Danielle. Thank you. It's great to be here.
Before we get into the program, we talk about teens and driving, probably not always the safest combination. What are some of the biggest problems for teenage drivers?
Well, you can imagine there are a lot of concerns, not the least of which are driving too fast, talking on the phone, texting, eating while driving. But really the greatest risk is that they're just simply inexperienced. And in those first years right after getting their driver's license, it's a pretty dangerous time for them. So just to put it in perspective, a couple of statistics. 16-year-olds, for example, are 10 times more likely than their parents to get into an accident. We also know that 1 in 6 teens gets into an accident after their first year of driving or during their first year of driving. And we know that about half of fatalities that include teenagers involve single car accidents.
Wow. And I think back to when I was 16, I was involved in a little fender bender. Luckily, it was minor. But, when I was 16, Lisa, one of the things I didn't have to worry about was texting. And a lot of teenagers these days text while driving. It's become a real issue, and it's dangerous in so many states that some states have actually banned it. But short of taking away their phones, what can we do to make sure that our teens are safe when they're out there driving and we're not there to watch them?
Well, probably the biggest thing that we can do is to get involved. Parents need to get involved. Research shows that when parents are actively involved, that they can reduce teen injuries and teen deaths. And we also know that when parents are in the vehicle with their teenagers, that teens drive more responsibly. So with the new Teen Safe Driving program, one of the great things about it is that because the camera's in the vehicle, it's there when the parents can't be.
Nice. And so how does it work then?
So one of the great things about it is that it's designed to be very safe and easy to use. It's an easy way for parents to monitor their children while they're driving. So the way that it works is that there's a camera installed in the vehicle close to where the rear view mirror is, and it's monitoring what's happening inside the vehicle and outside the vehicle, and it sends information to a secure website so that parents and teens can use it, and it's a great teaching and coaching opportunity for parents to explore this with their teen.
I love the idea of a camera actually being able to record what happens when my child is driving and if they're doing something that maybe they shouldn't do, and we can have a conversation about it later. But I think that a lot of people, a lot of parents just might be worried about the privacy, right, of all of this. So how does that part of it work?
Well, it's really designed to be non-invasive. So the camera only triggers when there's risky driving. So if it senses a change in G-forces, so if the teen is taking a turn too quickly, if they're stopping too suddenly, if they're in a collision, for example, then it will record the few seconds before and the few seconds afterwards so that you can see what was happening before the incident and be able to use it as a coaching opportunity with the teen.
Just a few seconds before and a few I'd like to see what's happening a half hour before that accident happened, right? I have to tell you, it does sound like a cool program, but is it an effective program?
Yeah, absolutely, and we've been seeing results early on into the program. We see wonderful improvements in teen driving behavior. So, for example, throughout the duration of the program, we've been able to reduce risky driving by 70%. We also know that other behaviors, such as seatbelt usage, which is about 35% at the beginning of the program, is at 100% within the first 6 weeks.
I couldn't imagine anybody not wearing their seatbelt, especially teenagers when they're out there on the roadways. And it really, as you said, is a dramatic change. And while those stats are absolutely amazing and speak for themselves, we wanted to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, so let's check it out.
We decided to enroll Tyler in the program because we lost our daughter several years ago, and after attending grief support groups, we found that there were so many people who had lost their children to motor vehicle accidents, and so we felt like this was a way to help him to learn to be a safer driver. When we introduced the program to Tyler, he was less than thrilled, to say the least.
When they first told me about the program and how there was going to be a camera in my car, I thought they were going to be recording all the time.
He thought it was, we'd be watching him every second he's in the car. He thought that, it was like Big Brother watching over him, and once we started doing the program and he saw that it was only when he has the moments that we see him, he was a little better with it.
I really didn't like it, but once I found out that it wasn't going to be recording all the time, I felt a little better about it. One of the things that my parents saw on the camera was when I passed someone that was going really slow. One of my friends was messing with me and going really slow. And so I passed him, and I got in a little bit of trouble, and that I don't pass people anymore.
And when he makes a mistake, we view it, we go over it, tell him what he did wrong, go view the comments, go over that with him. And he's learning to correct his mistakes in a matter of a couple of viewings rather than making the mistakes over and over like we did until something catastrophic happened.
It's improved my driving by like showing me what I'm doing wrong, because before I had no clue. I'd take corners too fast and things like that. So it's definitely helped in that way by showing me what I'm doing wrong. I tell other teens about the program that it's really good. It gives me a little more freedom, and like my parents trust me a little more, so I get to go do more stuff.
Having Tyler in the Teen Safe Driver program makes me feel more comfortable with him going out on his own, because I feel like he's learning how to correct some of his mistakes as opposed to just creating bad habits that he's going to carry through his life with him.
Oh, it sounds like it really is something that was really effective for them. I want to get into, though, here a little bit eligibility and cost, because we're in a recession. Money is tight for a lot of people. So how much does it cost, and who can sign up?
So for American Family Insurance customers who have children between the ages of 15 and 19, they can sign up at no cost whatsoever. Now, it's a $900 value, so to be able to provide it free of charge is a great benefit.
So it's free. That's amazing, too. Wow, what a wonderful program. Well, stick around, because I know we want to talk to you a little bit more coming up here after the break. There is still the issue, of course, of insuring your teen driver. It's added an expense to everything, of course, but it's definitely essential. And we know you've got questions, so we're going to get to the bottom of the insurance issue and address your concerns when it comes to insuring your teenage driver, so stick around. Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about the benefits of the Teen Safe Driver program. It's really cool, because with the help of a little camera, it helps moms and dads monitor the mistakes their kids make behind the wheel. But that's not the only step that you need to take toward keeping your young drivers safe. The fact is, they need to be insured. And hey, maybe it's not the most fun money that you've ever spent, but it is necessary. And we know you've got questions about getting coverage, and so we've got some answers for you. Back with us this morning, Lisa Backus from American Family Insurance. Lisa, thanks for being with us once again.
Thank you. Great to be here.
You know, we talk about insurance, and I can cite a personal example. My niece is 15, and it's something that my sister is now thinking about with her child. Obviously, that is an added cost on top of everything else, but it is, as we said in the intro, it's a necessary cost.
Absolutely. It's a cost, but it's really an investment. It's an investment in the assets that you have, not the least of which is your child. Certainly an investment in the child and in their future, and that's really what we're protecting, is children's futures.
You know, it's interesting, because when you say that, I think about investing in the future when you talk about education. And just like you want a well-rounded student in the classroom, you want a well-rounded driver who's out there on the roadways as well, right?
Absolutely.
It's one of those things, too, when you talk about investing in a child, you talk about insuring a child, and for them, they don't want to think, I'm out there with no insurance. It's not a great example to set for them either, is it?
No, that's right. Absolutely right. They want to know that they're being protected and that they will be taken care of should anything happen.
Absolutely, and that's mom and dad's responsibility to do just that. And so, Lisa, you helped track down an insurance agent to get some straight talk about getting teen drivers insured, and we asked about the most common concerns that mom and dads have.
I've had parents ask me if they should have their teen insured or not, and my response is absolutely. Your teen is 9 times more likely to be in an accident than you are, so it's even more imperative that they should have insurance over you. Surprisingly, I've had parents ask me, do I have to let my insurance company know my teen is driving? And absolutely. They'll find out anyway. Once the child has a license and it's registered with the state, your insurance company is going to find out anyway. And again, you want to protect that risk to make sure that they're covered.
So, as you heard, there are a lot of concerns, a lot of questions that parents have. But again, as we talked about, it is very important. There is one last question I want to ask you, because, you know, as you know, people do have a lot of options, right, when it comes to insurance. So what makes American Family different from other providers out there?
Well, certainly family's in our middle name. So we're all about providing safety and protection for our families and everybody in the household, and today's definition of family. But also, it's really about our agents. Our American Family agents, are trusted advisors. They are local, they're in the communities, they know their customers, they understand their needs, and they're able to ensure that they have the right coverage should they need it. And when they do need it, we're there. And one of the biggest things that we can say about American Family better than anybody else is that we deliver on our promises. Should an incident happen, we're there, we take care of it, and we take care of it quickly.
And we love that about American Family. And because we know it's important to get the best deal and the best coverage, we asked for some tips from our insurance agent. Let's take a look.
When parents ask me how can they get a good deal on their kids for their insurance, I tell them there's a couple of different things they can do. The first one is a good student discount. We do offer a discount if a kid has a 3.0 in school or better, so obviously we encourage good grades. And the other one is what kind of vehicle are they going to drive? We encourage parents before they go buy a vehicle to talk to us and make sure that that vehicle is the best value for their dollar.
So there you go, some great advice for moms and dads looking for coverage for their teenage drivers. Lisa Backus, thanks for the terrific information and for being with us on the show this morning.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, Danielle.
Absolutely. All right, and to find out more information about the Teen Safe Driver program, we want you to check out teensafedriver.com. There is lots of great info right there on the website.